Happy Thanksgiving to everyone today. I want to get right to it today, and I want to talk about why the gig workers are being silenced in the media. People, Uber drivers, Lyft drivers, Uber drivers, Instacart, DoorDash, Postmates or Uber Eats. These people are protesting and striking in different states around the world. Okay, and in some states around the world, and you don't see any support for those people. You don't see nothing about this on the national news, or too much of it on the internet, right? And so they're being silenced, and there's agendas behind why they're being silenced. Then also, to make matters worse, you have fellow gig workers like Lyft drivers and Uber drivers and different types of delivery app drivers that has YouTube channels that have been monetized, okay? That's talking against the many thousands of protesters and strikers in the gig economy, okay? They have built their platforms up. Now they're using their platforms to talk against the gig economy. It's sick. Okay, so in a nutshell, the reason why the gig economy, the gig workers are being silenced is because money means more than anything that has to do with the feelings of humans, okay? These are computer algorithms, all of them, whether it's Lyft, Uber, all of these delivery apps, they are computer algorithms, okay? They all operate some similar in the same way. And it's based on the demand for the actual service or product that the apps are offering, okay? And in certain states and areas around on the map. A lot of these companies are what they're doing is they're offering cheaper rates, like for instance, Lyft and Uber. They're offering cheaper fares to the riders, which created the demand in the system. Okay, now then you got the drivers that come along and they offer them an opportunity to make $30, $35 an hour, in some areas $28 to $29 an hour, based on a demand in their area for riders, right? So, then when you sign up as a driver on the platforms, you realize that you can't make that money stable like you was on your regular job, right? So a lot of you all will do it part-time, but then you got some of us that only have this going on. So we have to do it full-time. You know what I mean? That don't mean that we can't complain and speak on the unfair practices of the companies, right? So when it comes down to corporate America is greedy. They don't care anything about human beings, and they're humans themselves. But what makes it more bad is that a lot of these companies have gone public. So which means they have sold a great deal of the stock in their companies to major investment companies, which in turn, these major investment companies are so powerful. They control what hits the media. Okay? So these investment companies have relationships with news networks, news outlets, all types of news publications and things of that nature. So when a reporter that works for these companies come along with a story about the rideshare community, right, and have hundreds of drivers off from Uber and Lyft in different states saying the same thing, showing proof of the mistreatment that they're getting from these platforms, Lyft and Uber, showing how little amounts of money they're making based on the gas prices and the trip structure in their areas. Okay, when that reporter comes up with that story, that reporter writes that story or does interviews. Then before that reporter can get that story, put that story out there in any publication or on any news outlet, they have to take that and pass it to their supervisors, who has to approve the content to be put on the news outlet or to be printed in the publication. So, okay, when that supervisor or manager or whoever had that looks over that the material, right, the interviews or the stories of the many drivers and delivery workers that's complaining and dissatisfied with the structure of these businesses. Once the manager realized, oh no, this is a conflict of interest. We can't put this story out. We can't let this hit the news, the national news. No, we can't put that out. We have relationships with these investment companies that has major stock in these rideshare companies and these delivery apps. We can't do that. We can't put that story out there. You're gonna have to put that in your. We're gonna have to put that on the shelf. You know what I mean? So, as much as the workers complain, the gig workers complain, as much as how many stories hit YouTube, it's not going to make any difference, because they have fellow YouTubers, fellow gig workers that's there to try to stop you from putting your story out there by overshadowing you with their YouTube platform, their subscribers and the people that their followers on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And prove and they're out to prove that you're lazy and that you just want something for nothing. And now we're talking about thousands of gig workers, rideshare drivers and delivery drivers, that these handful of YouTubers that have been monetized, right? And that's getting AdSense dollars and selling products and everything on YouTube, and have their channels going in the right direction. So they're getting money now from the YouTube platform to go along with them driving for Lyft or Uber or doing DoorDash or delivery work or whatever. So now they want to blame you for being the reason why you're not making any money. You understand what I'm saying? And this is a part of their agenda to continue to promote their channel. You know what I'm saying? They have conformed now. So, you know, they are helping you to silence you. The media has silenced the gig workers that's protesting and striking. And it makes everyone say, hey. Then you have some of the YouTubers say, hey man, you know, there's nothing gonna never change about it. Just shut up and drive. That's what they want you to do. I'm never gonna go against a gig worker. You understand what I'm saying? I am a gig worker. I've been doing this for 10 months. Gig work is the absolute worst, okay? Because how much money they take from the drivers and how bad that the platforms mistreat the drivers. And I'm never going to talk down on them, and I'm going to support them 100%. Unfortunately, I can't stop driving to go and protest with them because I don't have the luxury. My finances are not good. Maybe one day my channel will I'll get to that point. But one thing I'm not going to do is I'm not going to talk down on another gig worker. I'm here to educate new and future drivers. You know, it's bad. You know what I'm saying? As gig workers, we all supposed to pull together. If we don't have nothing good to say, we shouldn't say anything. We should not use our platforms that we have created. Because you got to remember now, them same people that you're talking against are some of the same people that helped you build your platform up on YouTube, that supported your videos, that liked and subscribed. You know what I'm saying? Hit the notification bell. I feel that you drivers that do this, you're wrong. You rideshare channels that do this, you're wrong. You shouldn't do that. The drivers, gig workers are being silenced for money. The stocks mean more than the humans that's actually out here doing this hard work. You know, without us, those companies don't work. But unfortunately, they knew when they created these companies that everybody can't just stop and strike. They knew that there were going to be some people that were going to be in dire need on a daily basis and going to have to drive, right? So one day, I have faith that all this would change. And see, another thing too I want to say, that those drivers, those gig workers, those drivers, rideshare drivers, and those gig workers that are putting their livelihood on the line and stopping from driving and operating for these companies, they're doing this so that everyone else that joins these companies can benefit. So I don't get how a fellow gig worker can talk down on people protesting and striking. These guys, once they get this money from YouTube and get other businesses going on and get things going in the right direction, man, they switch their tune. And they go against the very same thing that raped them. You know? Everyone's results is going to be different in these gig economies. Everyone's cents per mile is going to be different in whichever area that you're operating in on the geographical map. Everyone's bonuses are going to be different based on the demand for the service in your area. The gas prices are going to be different in every state and locality around the world that these companies are able to operate in. So there's no way that another individual that's operating in a totally different company, whether he's doing deliveries or he's driving from one of these rideshare companies, can talk down on another driver. It's wrong. As drivers and as drivers and delivery workers and gig economy, we're supposed to pull together and support one another, not go against each other, man. You understand what I'm saying? The companies are already powerful enough and doing that to people. You think all these drivers that's protesting and all these delivery people that's protesting, all are bums, all are complaining, all are suck at what they're doing? Come on, man. People, we have to do better. Let's support one another. Okay? This is important, man. I don't understand it. I 100% support those that are protesting. It's hard out here. You know what I'm saying? I'm sleep deprived. I'm on coffee fumes. And I'm not even a big coffee drinker. But I'm doing the best I can to make something from what I'm doing out here for so many hours a day. I have faith that it's all going to get better, but I'm not going to talk down on the fellow gig workers. I hope everyone enjoyed their Thanksgiving. Eat lots of food. Tomorrow is a full work day, and we got to get back to the grind for the next couple of days or whatever, right? I just wanted to leave this video because I wanted to explain why the gig workers are being silenced. They are being silenced because of the money. Anything bad publicity hits the media about these companies, the stocks are going to fall. The investments are going to lose. And these are millions of dollars. So, which is greater? They're showing that the dollar is greater than the neglect to the humans that are actually operating these businesses. Yeah. And I'm kind of disappointed that the government allowed these companies to come along and manipulate society the way they're doing with these business structures. I just don't get it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to continue to support, and I'm going to continue and hope and pray that things will get better for the whole gig economy, especially the drivers. Lyft and Uber drivers. We are suffering out here. All states don't make money like some states do. And in the states that think that they're making money, they're getting you. You just don't see it, or you're not willing to see it. So, as gig workers, man, as a gig worker, I fully 100% support all of the protesters and strikers, and I want to say thank you to you all. And until my next video, you fellow drivers, get out there, be safe, and make as much money as you can. Be safe. You know what I'm saying? Because you can make all the money in the world, but if you're not safe, it means nothing, right? So until my next video, I would like to ask you people to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can stay in the loop of my next video. Until my next video, let's get this bread, baby.